If you're someone who struggles with their social skills and you're trying to better them, as you go along like your little journey to develop them better and get better at it, you'll find things that will be little weaknesses that you have and it'll be holding you back from it. Some of those things I struggled with a lot whenever I was trying to better mine, and I'm gonna go through some of those with this video. But the first thing is you're gonna realize how fragile your ego is. You're gonna see how much your self-image sucks and how dependent you are on not getting rejected and feeling validated. Your ego is disconnecting you from your full potential. Whenever you're going about to approach somebody, whether it's a woman or a man, so you're trying to get a friend or take a girl out, whatever the case is, you'll see that while you're about to go do it, your head will start thinking about, oh, this is about to happen, this is about to happen, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that. Talk about how something's going to go wrong. It's going to be trying to convince you that it's going to go wrong and that you're going to get hurt through it. So it's going to talk you out of doing it. You're not even going to want to do it because your ego is going to talk you out of it because you're going to get so scared of the rejection. And the reason why is because instead of getting the feeling of validation from them actually wanting to speak to you and wanting to get to know you, you're more scared of the fact that you could get rejected instead of the benefits of it. And that happens I feel like everybody who does go through this, somebody who has poor social skills and they're really trying to get better, that's going to be the biggest thing to come over, is getting over the fear of rejection. And it's all in your ego. You got to just get over it and realize that it's either going to go good or bad. You got to not be scared of the rejection. Look, if anything, look at the positives that could come from it. You could make a new lifelong friend. You could meet a girlfriend who you're going to end up falling in love with. You never know what will happen. So you got to just push through it. And some ways you can overcome this fragile ego is by practicing self-compassion. So like if you do finally go approach somebody and it doesn't go well, just think of it as like I tried my best, and then reflect on how you could have done better, how you can grow from it. Don't let it hold you back. Another way is to embrace rejection. Instead of being scared of it, embrace it. Know it's going to happen because rejection is in all walks of life. It's not going to just be socially. It's not going to be just from trying to meet people. It's going to be everywhere. So maybe you don't get this job that you want to apply for. Maybe you end up trying to ask somebody for a favor and they won't do it for you. Maybe your friend won't even help you. Like there's going to be rejections everywhere. You never, like literally everywhere. No matter what it is, there's going to be times where you get rejected. So you gotta get used to it no matter what. So you might as well just embrace it and know that it's coming and know that you can grow from it. Whenever you get rejected, all that you get is you're going to be, it sounds the opposite, but you're actually going to be more confident because you're used to it and you know that is a possibility. So whenever you get used to it, it makes things just easier. Another thing you're going to experience is you're going to see how weak your willpower is. You're going to have this thought like, oh, I'm about to go approach them. And then whenever you get to the actual moment where you're actually about to go do it, you're going to be in your head and you're like, damn, I actually can't do it. And you're going to be thinking, why can't I initiate action? And what that is, it's just your willpower being weak, because a lot of people are scared of of the rejection that you can get from social interactions. And it's part of it. Even people who are good at it are going to be scared. Like, there's not really many people out there who can just go walk up to a girl and have no fear of rejection. There's some people, but the thing that separates people like that is some have the courage and willpower to go and do it anyways. Knowing that they might get rejected, they have the courage, they have the willpower to just go and do it and accept the outcome. Because whether they get rejected or they don't, they're going to get what they want out of it if it goes right. And if it doesn't go right, nothing changes. You know, you're not going to see the person again. Either you get the benefit or there's just no change. They're feeling rejection for like 5 minutes and then you're over it. So there's either a positive outcome or no outcome, really. You're either going to stay where you're at or benefit. So the rejection is really nothing. You got to get that through your head. But developing your willpower is another way to get over this. Obviously, right? If you have a weak willpower, the fact that you can't push yourself to go and talk to somebody that you want to, that's the only way around it, is to develop the skill of pushing yourself. And some ways you can do that is, first of all, to set small, achievable goals. If you are very, very bad at like social interactions and you just can't push yourself to go talk to anybody, even like for the smallest thing, simply, if you're walking past somebody, hey, how you doing? And then keep going on. You say something small. And if you never talk to anybody, that's something new you don't do, that's a small win. So you celebrate that. Like, oh, I actually did it. So you celebrate that. Same with making eye contact. If you're even worse than that, just make eye contact. Instead of looking away, just make eye contact with them and keep walking. That's a small win. Having like a tiny interaction, like, hey, how you doing? I'm doing good, how about you? And you actually follow through with interaction instead of just walking away. That's another small win. So you celebrate those things and you keep practicing those things until it builds up to where that's comfortable. Once that gets comfortable, you go even further. It's the concept of progressive overload. So once that gets comfortable, you go to the next step of actually trying to have small interactions, like real conversations. Once you get better at that, you try to deepen the connection. And it's a steady progression. Once you get comfortable, you go slightly past your edge. Get comfortable, slightly past your edge. And you just keep progressing like that. Another good way is to get an accountability partner. Say you want to get better at talking to people. One way you can do it, you can give your friend 20 bucks, but hey, if I don't go talk to them, this 20 is yours, and don't give it back to them until I actually go talk to them. You're gonna feel accountable that way. Like, I either lose 20 bucks or go fucking say hey to this person. You know? So there's a good chance that you're gonna go do it. Or finding somebody else who wants to accomplish the same goal as you. Okay, if y'all both want to do it, y'all can push each other. And if you see them do it, you're like, well, they did it, so I got to go do it, because they're gonna push you to go do it, so they just did it. So having an accountability partner is a great help for that. And another way is to just build a routine. It sounds weird because you're trying to build your willpower, but if it's something that's routine in your day, something that you have like a set goal for your day, you're more likely to go and do it. And in doing so, it's going to steadily develop your willpower. It kind of goes hand in hand with the set small achievable goals, but instead of just doing it like one time, that small goal, make that small goal part of a routine for your day. And as you go about your day, you got to do it every day. So it gets comfortable and it gets something where you're used to doing it. So it makes it way less scary and intimidating. So you're able to do it easier. Now with willpower comes willpower fatigue. And what that is, kind of self-explanatory, but when you use your willpower so much that you keep pushing yourself to go talk to people, you're going to get what's called willpower fatigue. And it's just your mind getting so drained from pushing yourself. Because pushing yourself is going to take energy, right? Whenever you have to use your willpower to overcome something that you're scared of, that you're fearful of, that's going to be really draining on you, especially mentally. It's going to be super draining, so you're going to get willpower fatigue. And you got to understand that when you force yourself to do something that you don't usually do and it's hard for you, it's going to be really difficult for you to do it back to back to back to back. You got to let your mind catch up. So if you do it one time one day, that's a win. Don't do it and then right after be like, okay, I'm going to go do it again because it was so easy. Unless you can. If you feel like you can do it, go do it. But it's going to be much harder doing it back to back to back because it's going to be so draining on you. And so mentally just, you're going to be like, man, like you're going to be excited that you did it, but mentally it's going to be so draining because the hype, the build up to doing it was going to be so taxing on you. It's going to be out of the ordinary and it's going to be hard to keep making yourself do it. So don't force yourself to do it a ton unless you think you're really capable of it. Just take a little day off, just do it again the next day. But again, if you are capable of doing it, keep doing it because the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. It's experience. It's all that matters, really. The more you do something, the better you're going to get at it. It's just any other skill. And the last thing you're going to realize about yourself is how much you really judge yourself. The self-judgment's going to really start showing. The more you approach people, sure, you're going to have some good interactions, but you're also going to have some bad interactions. And you're going to start thinking about the negative ones more often. That's just how humans are wired. You're going to think about the negative interactions after it happens, and you're going to talk about how much better it could have gone. You need to understand you can accept all the outcomes and just appreciate the fact that you actually did it, because that's growth. If you actually go and do it, that's much better than not trying at all, even if it goes bad. So if it goes bad, just think of it as an opportunity to learn. From there, just accept it and understand that you're going to do better next time. It's an experience you had that lets you know what not to do and how to grow from there. And that's exactly how you get over the self-judgment. Is you reframe your negative thoughts and focus on growth. Just view each interaction as a opportunity to learn and grow. Celebrate the fact that you tried rather than fixating on what you did wrong. And one more way you can get over the self-judgment is by doing like a mindful self-reflection. So after your interaction, just take some time to think about how it went and just try to be as least judgmental as possible. Just sit there and think about what happened and think about how you could have done better. And doing that, you're going to develop the skill way better and you're going to understand how you can improve for the next time you go and do it. And you can write it down if you want to, you don't have to. Just really think about what you did and how you could improve. And then doing that, you might feel negatively about it, but you want to just try to just think about the experience as a whole rather than if it was negative or positive. Because even on the positive ones, you can still do this and think about what you did right. But think about what you did wrong. Instead of just sitting there, like letting it be in the back of your head, if you actually sit there and just think it all through, think about what you did wrong and how you can do better next time, it's going to make it seem more like an opportunity of growth and a way you can get better. So these are all what I experienced through my journey with my social skills development. And I'm sure a lot of people will probably be going through this, especially the fragile ego part and the self-judgment. It's going to be the two of the biggest ones, I'm sure. But that's pretty much everything I got on this. I might have more in the future. I might make another video on this. But besides that, that is the whole video. So if you are interested in this kind of content, please subscribe, make self-improvement videos, social skills stuff. So again, if you are interested, please subscribe. And besides that, if you got any goals, make that shit happen. And I will see you in the next video.